Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an intriguing research topic to discuss: cybersecurity threats in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We'll delve into the importance of this topic, share real-world examples, and guide you through the key components of a research paper. Let's get started. Importance of the research topic. The Russia-Ukraine conflict has not only geopolitical consequences but also significant implications for global businesses. Cybersecurity threats arising from this conflict can disrupt international trade, compromise sensitive data, and affect the overall stability of cyberspace. Understanding these threats is crucial to safeguarding the interests of businesses worldwide. Real-world examples. To illustrate the gravity of this issue, consider the 2017 NotPetya cyberattack. It originated from Ukraine and rapidly spread, affecting companies like Maersk and Merck, causing billions of dollars in damages. This attack highlighted the vulnerability of global supply chains to conflicts in the digital realm. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 1, the introduction, typically includes a concise presentation of the research problem, its significance, research questions, objectives, rationale, and a brief overview of the study's structure. It serves as a foundation for the entire research paper, providing readers with a clear understanding of the research's context and purpose. Now, let's discuss the first chapter of your research paper, the introduction. This section sets the stage for your entire study. Research problem. Your research problem could be something like: the Russia-Ukraine conflict presents an evolving and complex cybersecurity threat landscape. How do these threats impact global businesses, and what measures can be taken to mitigate them? Research significance. The significance of your research is in addressing a pressing issue with potential global ramifications. For instance, understanding the cybersecurity threats in this conflict is essential to protect businesses from financial losses and data breaches. Research questions. Here are 3 sample research questions. What are the primary cybersecurity threats emerging from the Russia-Ukraine conflict? How have these threats affected global businesses in terms of financial losses and data breaches? What strategies can businesses adopt to enhance their cybersecurity resilience in this conflict? Research objectives. 3 research objectives could be: to identify and categorize the various cybersecurity threats originating from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. To assess the impact of these threats on global businesses. To recommend cybersecurity strategies that businesses can implement to mitigate these threats. Research rationale. This study is essential because it provides a comprehensive analysis of the cybersecurity threats in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, filling a critical knowledge gap and offering practical solutions for businesses facing these threats. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Chapter 2, the Literature Review, consists of a comprehensive review of existing scholarly literature related to the research topic, highlighting key theories, models, and previous research findings. It aims to provide context, identify gaps in current knowledge, and lay the theoretical foundation for the study. Moving on to Chapter 2, the Literature Review. This chapter provides context and insight into existing knowledge on the subject. Subtopics for literature review. Suitable subtopics for this research include: historical background of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, cybersecurity threat landscape in modern conflicts, previous cyberattacks linked to geopolitical conflicts, theories and models. Theories and models like the deterrence theory and Stuxnet attack model can be adopted. The deterrence theory explains how the threat of retaliation can deter cyberattacks, while the Stuxnet attack model demonstrates how state-sponsored attacks can have global consequences. Literature gap. To identify a literature gap, you might notice that there's limited research on the specific cybersecurity threats posed by the Russia-Ukraine conflict to global businesses. This gap emphasizes the need for your study. Chapter 3, Methodology. Chapter 3, the Methodology chapter, outlines the research design and approach, including details on the chosen research philosophy, strategy, and data analysis methods. It also discusses the conceptual framework and ethical considerations while explaining the practical steps to conduct the research. Now, let's explore Chapter 3, Methodology. This section outlines how you'll conduct your research. Conceptual framework. A suitable conceptual framework might involve 3 independent variables: as an example conflict intensity, cyber capabilities, business preparedness, affecting one dependent variable, as an example cybersecurity resilience. Research philosophy. For this research, a pragmatic research philosophy is suitable, as it blends positivist and interpretive approaches to understand complex cybersecurity threats. Research approach. An inductive research approach allows you to explore emerging cybersecurity threats and adapt your findings, making it ideal for this topic. Research strategy. A case study research strategy could be effective. You might analyze specific cyberattacks and their impact on businesses. Data analysis. Depending on your approach, you can choose quantitative or qualitative data analysis methods. For quantitative, consider sample size calculations based on statistical significance. For qualitative, determine the saturation point where new data ceases to reveal new insights. Ethical considerations. In your research, ethical considerations are crucial. For example, ensure informed consent when interviewing cybersecurity experts about sensitive topics. Limits and delimitations. Acknowledge limitations, such as potential data biases, and delimitations, like focusing on specific industries or regions. Chapter 4 Data Analysis. Chapter 4, the Data Analysis chapter, presents the actual analysis of the collected data, whether quantitative or qualitative. It includes detailed descriptions of data processing, statistical techniques, if applicable, and the interpretation of findings, helping to address the research questions and objectives. Quantitative analysis. If you opt for quantitative analysis, explain your statistical methods and include an example of determining the sample size using power analysis. Qualitative analysis. If qualitative analysis is chosen, explain your data coding process and offer an example of sample size sufficiency. Chapter 5 Conclusion. The conclusion chapter summarizes your findings and their implications. It's essential because it ties your research together, answering your research questions and reinforcing your research objectives. Chapter 6 Recommendations. Chapter 5 Recommendations is where you provide actionable suggestions based on your findings. Recommendations offer practical guidance for businesses and policymakers, helping them adapt to the evolving cybersecurity landscape. Suggestion for future research. Lastly, suggest areas for future research, such as exploring the role of international cybersecurity regulations or assessing the effectiveness of specific cybersecurity strategies in different industries. That concludes our guide on researching cybersecurity threats in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We hope this helps you embark on your research journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content, and as always, stay curious.